Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title in today's video, we're ranking the top 5 point guard builds in NBA2K20. We're going to start from number 5, work our way up to number 1. I hope y'all enjoyed the vid. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this one to 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. And for anybody who's new to the channel, I've done a lot of gameplays lately. I haven't had a lot of these debate videos, the top 5s, the ranking and tier lists and anything like that. So this may be new to you. Just know I want to get back to doing a little bit of this content as well. So without further ado, we're going to straight into the list. So coming in number 5, we got the two-way sharp, aka the red and green pie chart. You guys are going to find with this video, I value versatility and defensive ability to be super important on your point guards, because y'all know the deal. You can't play defense if your build doesn't have defense in it, but you can play offense if your build doesn't have offense in it. So what I mean by that, y'all know you can shoot with 53-pointer on catch and shoots. You can drive and dunk really well and do the hop dunks and stuff like that, even if you only have one finishing badge. You can move the ball pretty well with 70 ball control or even lower than that, but you can't play defense if your build doesn't have defensive badges or defensive ratings. So you're going to see what I'm talking about, this versatility. This build gets 6, 15, 11, and 21. I'm going to explain this too. As far as the shooting goes, yes, I'm not maxing it all the way, but the two-way sharp only gets 18 shooting regardless. So to spend, I think it's 43 attribute points, you only get 3 shooting badges, which would completely sacrifice a lot of your defensive ratings. I personally don't even like the fact that I didn't upgrade interior defense on this, but badges are badges as well. You kind of have to do the defensive rebound. And I'm gonna put it like this. You guys are gonna see when it comes to these point guards, I value interior D, block, and defensive rebound a ton. But like I said, we'll explain a lot of that as we move along this video. The difference between 6'3 and 6'5 with this build is very minimum when it comes to the speed, acceleration, and vert. And as you can see, as you go up, you gain so much block, defensive rebound, all that stuff. This two-way sharp is nasty, and you can tweak this around a little bit too if you play with inside bigs and not have any finishing on your build. You could add more defense, shooting, playmaking, whatever you want between the two. When making this build, I'm going to show what it looks like with the minimum wingspan. You can see you get 78 ball control, 83 three-pointer. Using this though, I would recommend you make the two-way sharp to have high wingspan. So my whole point is that ball control, like I said, 73 ball control, and you've heard even directly from dudes like Steezo, 73 ball control is still nasty, bro, where you can still move really well. The stupid thing about this game is that speed boosting is very reliant on speed rather than ball control. It's really dumb, but pretty much if you have high speed, and you can see 88 with the gym rat, you get to 92. Being a 99 overall would make you 96 speed. That is plenty to speed boost, and you really don't need the high ball control for that. All having ball control really does for you is help you not get poked. But again, this build really is just versatile when it comes down to it. And the crazy thing about it too, you can see I get the title facilitating finisher. What you can do with this if you wanted to is give it lock takeover. I wouldn't recommend slash only having 6 finishing badges. That'd be kind of a waste. But if you want to go lock takeover on this and have the title facilitating finisher, people are going to think you're a play lock. All of a sudden you got, you know, like I said, the green in your pie chart, and you have Hall of Fame shooting badges with around 74 three-pointer. You can be banging every single thing that leave you open on. And like I said, you could still dunk the ball extremely well with this, and the fact that you have 6 finishing badges, you could still hop dunk and stuff like that too. That two-way sharp is mad slept on, and you guys have probably seen it around just 2K20 in general, but not really as a meta. So I have it at number 5, and there are reasons for that. There are builds, in my opinion, that are better than that one. Coming in number 4, we have the pure Playmaker. You could say I'm sleeping on this one too. Now, this is where I feel there are really 5 good point guard builds in this game, and I'm listing all 5 of them. That's why I love like how this video clicks, because there really are 5 elite point guard builds. You're going to see this one. I'm also going to show the difference between the post fades. So 293 on the attributes, right? And then you take it down, that's 335. That saves you almost 40 attribute points literally just to it's really crazy, bro. Like I said, a lot of people, they'll max out their shooting and just be like, okay, I need the 14 shooting badges. For 3 shooting badges, I don't really find it all that necessary to literally just, you know, spend 45 attribute points on, because I'm going to show right here what happens is you really have no ability to get anything when it comes to the finishing. I'm going to show what happens when I take my close shot completely off. I go down to 2 finishing badges. I lose 9 of them, and then put it into the shooting. I only get 13. I only gain 2 shooting badges for the sake of 9 finishing. So pretty much what I'm talking about with the pure play as well is you have the ability to get contact dunks on top of that, so you want to have your good finishing badges. This build is super underrated if we're being real, and the problem with it really in terms of where I rank this build, and you can see I'm just making the case for why not to go 6'6", as you lose a ton of speed, vert, and ball control and all that stuff. The reason that this build is not higher on the list is it doesn't really fit into one play style all that well. So I'm talking on 3s, ISO is not really the meta, whereas on 2s, the two-way slash and Playmaker just rules this build because it has better defense, but pretty much the same ability to do exactly everything that it does in offense, just not quite as well as of a shooter. But pretty much what I'm saying is the pure play doesn't really have a niche. It doesn't really fit into a certain play style very well, but it fits every single court pretty decent. I'm gonna put it like that. So it's a very balanced build. It fits a lot of different molds, but it doesn't really fit one mold perfectly. So coming in number 3, we got the slash sharp, also known as the BP build. Pretty much with this one, again, you got versatility, but I'm gonna be showing how a lot of the stage meta people make this. So this build is a scoring machine, offensive threat, that is the title of it, where, like I said, you have the blue and green pie chart. You still have high playmaking. Now, what a lot of people like to do with this is just not put any defense on it. So I'm gonna show you guys how a lot of, like I said, the stage meta people use it, where you can use this build in the pick and pop, use it in ISO. You'll be able to drive every single time you want with the Hall of Fame finishing and contact dunks and stuff like that too. You're still super fast, as you're gonna see. I make it 6'1". Now, a lot of people, they like to say, Laker, these builds that you make are complete trash. I'm gonna put it like this, y'all. I'm just showing you guys how the stage meta people make these. I'm showing y'all how it's literally, I'm just showing you the unguardable versions of these. So it's got 16, 21, and 17. Upgrade everything for the perimeter defense, but only have one defensive badge. Now, a lot of people, they'll give me the feedback on the whole, oh, one defensive badge, that thing's gonna get toasted. You're playing corner defense with your lock guarding ball and stage. And like I said, this build is really more just meant to be a stage 3v3 point guard build. It's not touching the 2v2 court at all. That is one thing, like I was saying with the pure play. The pure play doesn't really fit a certain mold, whereas this one only has one mold. This is only a 3v3 stage, like, point guard build, really. And it could fit in on the park pretty easily, but the park is where you're gonna see a lot more of the whole, like, dodging lock instance, where, you know, people are just gonna feed it to the dude who has the least defense. They'll maybe even come in there with 2 point guards instead of having, you know, like the one lock, 1 point guard lineup. So pretty much what I'm saying is, a lot of times in the stage, you're gonna see people come in with 1 lock, 1 point guard, and 1 big. This point guard right here is allowed to pretty much just sit in the corner, not have to play defense at all. He could just face guard his guy. At the very worst, they're just gonna corner cut him, and at that point, I mean, you're giving up 2 points instead of the 3s. In the stage 3s, you guys know 3-pointers rule. That's pretty much how it is. So what you can do with this, if you want, and go taller on the height, you could go ahead and take a little bit off the playmaking, put some more in defense. You get 14 playmaking, 6 defense. You could go 6'5", have a lot less speed. I'm not gonna lie. Being 6'5" with this build definitely hurts, but being 6'4" is the same exact thing. As y'all can see, the only thing you lose is 2 speed. But as you can see, I'm gonna go ahead and slow this down real quick so you guys can see the final attributes on this. But you get 81 ball handling, 83 3-pointer, 83 driving dunk. The whole, like, kind of catch to this build as well is that you have to get the overall up. You have to get to at least 97, or in the instance that I was showing you before, you actually have to be a 99 overall to have contact dunks. That is definitely the problem with the BP build. You definitely have to grind it to be functional in terms of getting the contact dunks and playing the way you want to on offense. And because your ball control lacks a little bit, you won't be able to dribble the exact way you want to until you get to a higher overall as well. But moving along in the list, coming to number 2, we have the other stage meta. So this right here is for pick and roll, pick and pop as well. It's kind of, like I said, like the twin brother, if you will, of the BP build at 6'1". So this right here is the 6'1" PlaySharp. A lot of people, what they'll do with this, it's the same exact thing. You just max out the offense completely. You're just substituting the Hall of Fame playmaking for Hall of Fame finishing when it comes to those two builds. But you can see 22 shooting, 23 playmaking, and then I believe 11 finishing on this. And you still, okay, so 10 finishing, and then you put everything else into the perimeter D and lateral quickness. It's pretty much as simple as that. I'm not gonna lie though, this one definitely is just, it doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna put it like that. I don't really like the whole putting finishing on this build, but maybe that's just because I'm an inside big. Personally, my homie Kitchen, I'll put it like this. I have 2 of my boys. They're my favorite point guards to run with. AK has this exact build where he has the finishing upgraded, whereas Kitchen, he has defense instead of finishing on this build. And I'm not gonna lie, the defensive badges, they go a little bit under notice just because of the whole being 6'1" thing. You know, if you're gonna be that little, you might as well not have any defense at all, and like I said, be the stage meta when it comes to like the point guard build. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do is show you guys a different version of the PlaySharp build titled 3-point Playmaker that has better defense, way more versatility, is 6'5". It fits in on the 2v2 perfectly, and it actually works really well with me as an inside big as well. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. So you're gonna go with the 71 driving layup. I think I actually tweak it to 72 at the last, like at the very end of this, because I find out that it's not enough. But 72 driving layup will allow you to get long athlete. The driving dunk will be high enough to get like actual dunk packages and stuff like that too. And then you're going to see what I do with this defense right here. So 22, 19, and 9. When we tweak the shooting around a little bit to put it to 21, I believe, then we're going to go ahead and just get enough for 10 defense. So you can see interior defense is pretty good. Block is great. Defensive rebound is great. And then, like I said, the badge spread is pretty good in this as well. So you're going to see, again, and this is where I was talking about, I finally, find out that I needed that one extra attribute point to get the 70 driving layup. Now, I mean, if you don't want that and you just plan to be a 97 overall with this build, it doesn't really matter what you do with that. You just have to have around the 70 driving layup. And as your overall goes up, obviously you'll have enough to gain it to get to that 70 threshold. But aside from that, you get the point. 21 shooting, 19 playmaking, 10 defense at 6'5". With the 10 defense, that's going to be plenty to play good D, especially against anybody that, does the constant hop dunking and stuff like that. And what I really like about this build is its ability to guard big. So you're going to see you have 76 defensive rebound, 69 block. That will change as you change the wingspan. I'm going to show what it looks like with minimum and then show what it looks like with max. You're going to see it helps the ball control and the three-pointer quite a bit. But what I like about this build, like I said, is the versatility as far as guarding bigs, guarding ball, being a good defender. You're going to see what it looks like with one tick down from the max wingspan. You still get that extra ball control and that three-pointer. At 82 ball control is not ideal. This is more of a meant for being a 99 overall or 98 overall, where your ball control is going to reach 86, and that's where you'll be functioning as a point guard the perfect way that you want to, while still having great defense, 72 block, max wingspan, and 76 D-board. Like I said, it's great as far as the versatility on defense. You can guard anybody you want to, except for like inside bigs. I feel like when it comes to the post scorers and stuff like that, or guarding hop dunkers as a pure slash or like a finisher, it's not going to be great. But it is great for guarding rim sharps. You can play switch everything. You can guard ball, guard the rim sharps, play pretty good, like I said, corner defense, and be able to rebound off that corner really well as well. So moving along to the number 1 build, and this is undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. We got the two-way slashing playmaker. This is like unquestionably and undoubtedly the number 1 build in the game when it comes to the point guards, the playmaking and defense. The reason for this is the imbalance of everything. You're going to see I recommend to go with the agility and vertical pie chart right here. You might as well, since you're going to have 94 speed and 95 vert anyway. This build is just ridiculous, but the one problem with it is it's very hard to make it perfect. There really is no perfect way. It's all dependent on how you feel and how you would rather make it. You're going to see this version that I have right here. It has lower pass accuracy, has 16 playmaking, 10 shooting, 6 finishing, and 22 defense. I don't have any interior D though. So what I'm going to do with this instead is drop the defensive rebound off completely. You can see it definitely takes the hit as far as the defensive badges go. And this right here is going to be me showing you how to make this with better finishing and then, with the max playmaking as well. So pretty much what I'm going to show right here is, like I said, boom, you get the 20, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go ahead and just show what this looks like. So now you have 11 finishing, 10 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 18 defense. I think this is probably the perfect way to make it. It's just very unfortunate that you wouldn't have defensive rebound. If you're always going to guard point guards, it's understandable, but if you ever want to play sides and switch on to bigs, you're going to have to make it the first way that I made it, where you're going to lack in the finishing a little bit more. So pretty much this build, it's a great point guard, but the better part about it too is even if you don't want to play point guard, you can always play lock and just spot up in the corner with it. It's really crazy, bro. So like I said, the first way to make it would be the best as far as spotting up corner and playing as the lockdown build in the stage where you can switch everything, be able to switch on to the bigs when you need to. Whereas this one right here, it's more of a 2v2 build where you're always going to guard point guard and never switch on to the bigs. But regardless, like I said, to have that 11 finishing is pretty massive. You'll be able to get contact finisher, slithery, fancy, all on gold while still having something like bronze acrobat and bronze relentless, or maybe some bronze consistent. Either way, I'm going to recommend you go one higher on the weight. It's pretty useless, but you do get the one extra interior defense without losing anything else. And then I would recommend to go one tick down from the max on the wingspan, as you can get solid ball control while you are a lockdown build, so you do want to still be able to play elite defense. But with this, I would recommend one of two things. If you went with the 11 finishing, like I showed in that second part, I would recommend the slash takeover. If you went with 6 finishing, I would probably say lock takeover, as you had more defense on the first version as well. Also, if you make the first version, it says two-way slasher instead of two-way slashing playmaker, for anybody who's curious. Anyway, that's all for the vid. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this one to 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. Like I was saying, if you made it to the very end of the video, put play in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through to the very end. Also, One thing that I want to ask as far as like, you know, some feedback in the comments too. Somebody tell me what this instrumental is. I want to test you guys and see if anybody knows. But anyway, that's all for the vid. Hope y'all enjoyed. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.